Hello, everyone. A very warm welcome to our webinar. Uh, Let me ask my colleagues if everything is visible properly. Guys, can you see my presentation?
Yes, looks good.
It's all good.
Perfect. Great. Okay, so since we are still waiting for some attendees, but I can see a lot of people already joined us, we can slowly start. So again, very warm welcome to everyone who's with us today, and also very warm welcome to everyone who's watching us as the on-demand webinar, since the presentation is going to be available after the webinar. The recording will be on our website. My name is Jakub, and I'm the host of today's webinar. To give you some overview, on a daily basis, I'm in charge of Cloudity in Nordics, and today with me I have two colleagues, Jakub and Damian. Guys, could you please tell a couple of words about yourself as well?
Sure. So thanks, Jakub. I'm in Cloudity responsible for leading consulting services, and together with Jakub, we are developing marketing practice in Cloudity via all ecosystem of Salesforce that it has, and we will be talking about it today. Jakub, I'm switching to you. Jakub, I think you're on mute.
Okay, thank you guys. Sorry for that. My name is Jacob Poznański. I'm a marketing technology leader. I'm responsible for all the marketing cloud projects we're implementing in Cloudity. And we'll be showing you today how marketing cloud can help you in those times of need. Go ahead, Kuba.
Perfect. Thank you very much, guys, for introduction. Uh, as you know, the title of today's webinar is Digital Marketing: How to like what should I do to survive, grow, and succeed? And that's exactly what we're gonna head to in a second. But let me start with a brief introduction and giving some background about Cloudity and Salesforce. Before we start, a quick technical remark. If you want to ask any question, please use the question tab. It should be somewhere on the right side of the screen. You can ask the questions whatever you want, and we'll get to the answers by the end of the session. We'll do our best to answer all the questions that you may have. We'll have approximately 5 to 10 minutes for answering these questions by the end of the session. But don't worry if there is any if we don't manage to do it, we'll follow up with you after the webinar, and we promise to deliver the answers. Good. So warm welcome to everyone who joined us a bit later. We are starting off. Let me start with a quick intro of what Cloudity is. We are all today from Cloudity, me, Damian, and Jakub. Cloudity is a Salesforce Platinum partner, which means that Salesforce is our core technology that we use to help our customers to gain efficiency, to optimize the business, and win more, let's say. When it comes to like our competencies, what we do is the focus on the core clouds of Salesforce, meaning Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, Marketing Cloud, but also many other types of solutions that Salesforce uses. What's more, we also very often integrate Salesforce with any other third-party providers if that's needed. We'll get there in a second, but let's have a quick chat about Salesforce in general. I'm sure many of you know what Salesforce is, but just to give you the overview, Salesforce is known as the leader of the CRM industry globally. The company was founded in 1999 in California, and they started as a pure CRM company. But since then, a lot has changed, and what you can see right now on the screen is something that I would say is the philosophy of Salesforce. So keeping the customer in the center of the picture. So basically, when we keep the customer in the center, we are able to draw different solutions around the customer to support with the journey, starting from sales, service, marketing, and going through many other areas to engage the customer in a proper way. So I would say it's the platform then that can support your business in any area that you may need. And to give you the overview, what is the role of Cloudity and the customer in the whole picture? Let's say Salesforce is the technology, the philosophy, and the ecosystem provider, whereas Cloudity is the party that helps you to to implement the system, to customize it for you, like according to your needs, to provide the digital advisory services and make sure that there is the high adoption of the system. But of course, the core bits of this whole picture are our customers, and you as potential customers, and any customer is always in the middle of the picture, because this is the party that allows us to optimize things and work with your business model to make it better. Getting back to the Cloudity story in general, basically the company was founded in 2014. I personally have joined Cloudity into like 4.5 years ago, and I was the 17th person, and since then a lot has changed. Today we are like 130 people, and since we were founded, so we have implemented more than 350 projects in around 25 countries. Of course, we focus heavily on the European market, and a lot happens in Nordics and in DACH region. But we also expand quite heavily to the American market and to Russia, and do also the global implementations. From the physical perspective, we have 3 local offices. We have the office in Stockholm, where I'm saying hi from today, the office in Berlin, and the headquarters in Warsaw. And getting back to the team, as I said, we are the team of around 130 people right now, and heavily growing despite of the current circumstances. We don't slow down. But what I would like to leave you with is the message that we are trying to do our best to have the best people on board, and you'll see that today when I hand over to Damian and Jakub. But basically, we focus heavily on certifications of our employees. It means that Salesforce provides this sort of system of certification to prove your skills and experience in Salesforce products, and that's what we heavily focus on and what we do on a daily basis. And I think it's a right moment to hand over to the specialists to continue with today's subject. And one more time, a quick message to all those of you who are a bit late to the webinar. If you want to ask the question, please feel free to do so. Use the box for questions, which should be on the right side of your screen, and we'll answer these questions by the end of the webinar. Thank you very much, and I'm handing over to Damian and Jakub.
Thanks, Jakub. It's very interesting what you said, that you said that we are not slowing down, and I would say it's totally true. We as a company, I mean, Cloudity is the Salesforce client and heavy user as well. And it's very important and very interesting in those times when we all are sitting in our home. Everybody are working remotely. And it's true that we are not slowing down. Today we will try to prove that Salesforce can really help in those times. Nevertheless, if we consider that there is no quarantine, no that situation with coronavirus, then I would say that the switching to online channels and this marketing strategy is very important. And nowadays it's even more important when we are all in home. And the companies that were ready for this change, the companies that had those digital channels already well managed, probably today are the winners. Today they are able to still to grow or not to lose their business, because they are able to manage their client base. They are able to still continue the sales, which is very important. From my perspective, we have a lot of clients that are basically working with their clients. And I think that the biggest challenge nowadays is how to maintain a good contact with the client, maintain a good relation, good communication, and still enable the sales. So the big exclamation mark here is from the perspective of the importance of the digital channels, that the marketing is the new sales, as I would say. And today we will be talking about a couple of tools that will enable us this drive towards sales via the marketing actions. And Jakub will present us a couple of tools. As I said, this will be Marketing Cloud. We'll also be talking about a couple of things like artificial intelligence, the level of personalization that we can incorporate, and the effects that we can achieve via those tools. So let's dive in, and let's imagine the situation that we have, let's say, financial institution that is selling both offline via branches and selling online via a web page, and also is very active on social media. And probably today the sales will be driven by the online channels in those situations, but probably in future it will be still growing in terms of let's say the revenue stream coming from the online. So let's imagine we have those type of the company, financial institution, as I said. We have a director, marketing director, that would like to have a quick overview of what's going on in the marketing area, and we have specialists, marketing specialists, that are managing the channels. And well, let's start with the director. Kuba, if you could shortly say what type of the information and how we will be able to get all the information, what's going on in our marketing in our company.
Thank you very much, Damian. Just like Damian said, like Marketing Cloud gives you a variety of views and variety of tools that can help you with getting the most out of your marketing. This is the dashboard. This is like the first thing you see after entering Marketing Cloud. You can see here are all the tools we're going to be showing later. But right now we're concentrating on viewing the whole marketing actions through the eyes of the CMO. So you can see like quick summary of all the actions that are going to be taken. And we're going to go to the calendar, which is like the main tool for planning all the marketing activities. As you can see, this is like a view of everything that's going on through Marketing Cloud, which means full omni-channel, which means that all your display campaigns can be integrated in here. We can filter them through all the known campaigns you're doing. We're using campaigns like tags or like some kind of categories you can use to group your activities, which can then be used in reporting or throughout the whole system. We can filter through.
Me myself as the CMO, before I make myself first cup of coffee, I can quickly go through all the marketing activities that are going on in our company.
Yes. So and the second like big part of this tool is the campaigns, where we can use to configure a campaign, which can be then used to having like a personalized content attached to a campaign, or helping our marketers to work more efficiently.
Okay, so apart from the calendar, what other information can we get here?
Yeah, so basically, when you know what is happening and what is happening in your company, we can have a more direct view. But I would go to all the omni-channel tools we can use. We're going to be talking about this next. You can see we have all the tools filtered by the channels, which we have email, we have mobile, we have social. As you know, like email is the most trusted source of communication from a company. And I can think, Damian, we can go through this one by the first one.
Okay, great. Let's go via email. And what I will be looking for here is the level of personalization that we can, give to this email. I mean, each client is different. We should address to every client in the way that will be efficient. I mean, the way he will respond. From my experience, I am getting this, a couple of emails every day from different companies, and my time is very limited. So how can we achieve that via Salesforce?
So Salesforce gives you a lot of tools to work around the customer data. Just as Jakub said earlier, the data is what drives a good marketer's decisions, insights, and his next actions. We have a plethora of integration tools in Salesforce, which are all GDPR compliant. And I'm not going to be showing you the technicalities of how the Salesforce handle data inside, but I can tell you that we can integrate with every single third-party tool there is, because if not already existing, there is a big community of partners like us building plugins for Salesforce and building already out-of-the-box integrations with all software there is. And we're going to be using our data and filtering it and showing it how can we create a simple welcome campaign. I'm going to be showing you how the email studio works, which will be using this example email we made earlier. And then we're going to show you how this email is used in Journey Builder, which is like a center for automation for Salesforce. So this is the main view of Email Studio, which is how are you building emails in Marketing Cloud. You can see on the left hand side, you have drag and drop content you can use in your email. You have like A/B test, dynamic content, which is content that can be leveraging the data that you have currently in Marketing Cloud. And we're gonna drop a new box in here. So we're gonna show you how it works. So we're gonna drop an image box. Click it here. Add from our content library. And you can see like everything is already mobile friendly because Salesforce handles everything for you. And yeah, but this is very basic. This is very fast, and this can give you some opportunities. But we're gonna go to the second email, which has some personalization, and we're gonna show you how Salesforce can use the data it has about your customers to create more personalized and engaging content in those times where ever more the attention span of our customers is really something valuable, and a lot of companies are fighting for it. So editing every single text field shows you this little icon, which is the personalization icon. This icon lets you choose any single point of data that is taken from all the systems or all the third-party data that's integrated inside Salesforce, and we can use it to enter it here. Here we have the first name, and you can insert it everywhere you can. But here we're going to show you how personalized content works. So we have an email that goes to our customers, and based on how many contracts they had with our firm, we're going to be showing them a personalized message, which for this presentation is just a different image. So we added the dynamic content block, and we can see that every single rule we have here is done declaratively. This means that you don't have to know any kind of programming. You have the list of all the data touchpoints we were talking about earlier, and we're going to choose the number of contract one. Just drag and drop it here. So number of contracts is equal to, I know the bonus one, so equal to 1. We're going to save it, to save time, I did the same for all the number of bonuses with here. So you can see like there's no limit to this customization. You can really have one type of content in this in this example. It's an email that's going to be customized for every segment or every data touch point you can have. But I want to see how it looks for all of my customers. So I'm going to go to the preview and test section of the Email Studio. Okay, it's going to save a bit. I'm going to use we're going to use the data we have. So we can see that Mr. Ches Vakrushin has only 6 contracts in our database, which means that Salesforce shows him his personalized message. If we're going to switch to the next one, we have a real-time view. You can see that the name also changes in here because this is the view of the personalized content we're creating. We have Chris, bonus, and stuff like that. Other than that,
yeah, so, yeah, I just wanted to sum up a little bit. So as I understand, we can not only personalize the content in terms of what is the name, surname, like the classical data of the client, but also in terms of the offer that he has, the parameters, the data that we already have about the client. So actually it means that we can personalize each message on the level of each of the client.
Yes, because Salesforce Salesforce Marketing Cloud is built to handle millions and millions of clients and millions of emails being sent every day. But it doesn't mean that it skips a heartbeat when analyzing a single customer. Mm-hmm. So we're taking all the data we're collecting, and we're using it to optimize every action we're taking on the level of a single customer. Marketing Cloud Email Studio also has an A/B testing client in a reporting section, and as I said, a very robust integration backend that lets you really get all the data you have somewhere to be used inside your Marketing Cloud instance. Yeah, we're going to go through the dashboard, and now we can go to mobile.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask, because email is one thing. We can do email campaigns to our clients, but as we said, too heavy communication can sometimes annoy our clients. It's good that it's personalized, so it's not like we are sending all the time the same content to all our base. So it's good, but nowadays probably more and more companies ask themselves a question: how to manage the clients in social medias. Those channels probably are more and more important, also in terms of sales, also in, let's say, bringing the attention of the client to our products, to our services. So can you, Jakub, just present how we can manage, also from the same tool, as I understand, social media channels?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we're going to show Social Studio, then we're going to go back to the Mobile Studio to show you how can we leverage all the data inside mobile communication. So Social Studio is more of a standalone application inside Marketing Cloud. This doesn't mean that it's not integrated with whole Salesforce. Sorry for that. And it means that we can use all those tools that we had in Email Studio, so we can create content, we can set up basic Facebook campaigns and monitor them from here. We also have a calendar, but this one is for social activities because there can be a lot of them and they could clutter the main calendar, but also the main calendar can incorporate all your social activities. As you can see, we can attach all the different social media we have here. we can filter this view, and we can also have a approval process. That means that the social media manager or the CMO can approve every message that's coming out from our company. As we know, in those trying times, this is a very important thing. So there's not going to be any kind of crises which arose on social media or in the communication space of your company. But other than the publish function, we have the engage studio, which is inside Social Studio. This means this is a tool for engaging with all your customers. This means that we can create filtered views of all the content and all the social media accounts that you're following, and we can have only new stuff coming in the first one. We can create cases in Service Cloud if there's a need and we see that a specialized reaction is required in this post. We can make a case in Salesforce if we see that one of those conversations may be a business opportunity and we want to send someone from our sales team to get into the conversation and try to talk with the customer before before they're going to make their buying decision. And also in Social Studio we have Analyze. Analyze is a social listening tool, which means it creates dashboards about a topic we want to see. Here we have a COVID Polish workshop. This is like a demonstration version. If there's a need, we can talk about this after the webinar. But you can see we have the sentiment, which means that the Salesforce AI tries to guess if the message is negative or is positive. We have media type trends, which show you which social media has the biggest discussion going about the topic you're looking, because this can be the name of your company, this can be the name of your competition, this can be the name of your flagship product. So you can see what is talked about in all the social media about the topics you want to see. Of course, like everything in Salesforce, this type of dashboard is totally configurable. There can be more stuff, there can be less stuff, so you can tailor the dashboards and tailor the social listening tool to your liking, so you have all the data you need and all the information you need in a very fast way.
Okay, Jakub, I just wanted to ask about one thing, because you said that we are not only listening to social channels, we are not only listening what the people say about our company, we are not only listening about our competitors, we can also listen about other trends on the market. And you said that we also can react, we can also interact with our customers.
Yeah, even from here we can reply to a tweet or something. We're gonna choose the social media account, we can reply, we can do this. So this basically replaces all the other social media tools you are using to manage your social media presence. But like I said, all this stuff can be used to trigger journeys, can be used to create data that is being used inside emails that are customizing. We can create an email saying, hey, using a lot of Facebook or Twitter, and tailor some kind of offer or tailor some interesting content to our customers throughout the whole omni-channel experience.
I mean, that looks great, because from my perspective, all the tools that we need, we have it combined within and served within the one tool, which is probably great, because we as a marketing specialist, we do not have to switch to another tool, and there is no need of integration of those tools and passing the data from one to another. So that looks great. And we also mentioned text messages and mobile channels. Can we move to that, because we talked about emails? social, and now probably the mobile is also like a very important channel nowadays.
Sure. Like what you said, that Marketing Cloud gives you a variety of tools and like a plethora of solutions to most of the problems that you can have. This is like the comfort we have as Salesforce users when you're using such a mature and long-lasting platform that just kept on adding stuff that was missing and integrating it with the core Salesforce platform. But as you said, Mobile Studio, Mobile Salesforce Marketing Cloud gives you the means and the tools to use mobile pushes or SMS, MMS communication as a part of your omni-channel strategy. So we have Mobile Connect and Mobile Push. Mobile Connect is the application that we are using for SMS and MMS configuration. Of course, only not only we can use Marketing Cloud to create outbound messages, we can also create like automations for our users that Marketing Cloud will receive the SMS from them, and based on a logic that we can program into Marketing Cloud, it can trigger other Sales Cloud or Service Cloud activities, or even other omni-channel tools. So we're gonna go through the push notifications because it's the most pretty one to show you guys here. Let's face it, like showing SMS communication isn't the most exciting thing, but using Mobile Studio inside your organization lets you integrate all your marketing apps into Mobile Studio. Mobile Studio gives you a SDK for all the biggest frameworks for mobile applications there is, and you can, as you can see, have all the reporting from your application inside Salesforce. So then you like integrate your app as an extension of your omni-channel activities. And as Damian said, we have still one place for everything we would need to do. But let's create a push message for our application. We can see we can have a outbound message, which means that we're just gonna message our user base. Then we have 3 geofencing and location-based triggers. We have location entry or exit. This means that an activity will trigger after the user will come close to your shop. For example, we could do a push that we're gonna be telling all the customers that have our loyalty app that we're very sorry because currently in Poland we have most of the stores closed. So we could mock a situation that when our customers getting close to our shop, we're gonna tell them we're really sorry that the shop is closed, and we're gonna push them a coupon code for our online e-commerce solution, which will then convert the people that will going to our offline stores to the online. So we're having a continuity of operations. So this is going to be offline to online conversion. We're going to select application we have integrated with our Mobile Studio solution. We can send them an alert, or we can send them a notification push, and then we'll have a link to a landing page we created in, for example, Marketing Cloud, and tell them more about our promotions. So here we're gonna, yeah, go on.
Just one comment from my side. So it's very interesting because from what you just said and presented, so we are able to grab the client's attention, not only via email, not only via social channels, but now we are getting this information about geolocalization. So when client is approaching our shop, as you said, then we can have a push notification here, and also we inform about discounts, we inform about new products, about our services. So today it's interesting because we are talking about online, but actually we also can trigger the sales offline here.
Yeah, I think like the future of marketing is creating and giving the customer a single experience across all the channels. Either it's email, either it's offline, either it's mobile. Like a customer grows accustomed to a level of feasibility, ease of doing all this stuff and communicating with the company. And we, as an organization for our customer, we need to be ready to serve the same top-notch customer experience across all the channels. So as Damian said, you picked some stores in our multi-global organization. And so this means every time a person will come close to any of those spots, we can configure, of course, on our own in sales, in Marketing Cloud. They will have that trigger. It's a message we're crafting right now. So we're gonna tell them, sorry, we're closed, but receive a coupon for our e-commerce shop. E-commerce, sorry.
Yeah, in that way we are not losing the client's attention here. Yeah, and it's a great, let's say, real-time experience of the client. I mean, it's sometimes clients even ask, how did they know that I were here? And I was just thinking about the shop. And as I said in the beginning, we really do think that the marketing is the new sales, especially in those times. It's a great feature that we already can see the text message on the right-hand side of the screen.
Yeah,
as I understand, Kuba, here also we have a help of automation. I mean, it's not that we will need to do everything like manually.
No, I just wanted to show you how this real-time the preview helps you, because like you can see, there's not enough space on iOS to give our whole message here, but we can also post it into the main body and can see everything. Everything is good. But as we were saying, that you can use the personalized data everywhere inside Salesforce and really omnichannel. We can use all those personalized data contacts we were showing you earlier inside Email Studio, inside Mobile Studio. So we can even say, oh no, the preview won't work, but we could be like, hey Damian, receive a coupon for our e-commerce shop. So we're gonna take the Damian name from our database. So Damian is like, okay, they're not giving me a mass message for everyone and hoping someone will open it. They're really crafting something that's interesting for me and that can be used by me. Here you can see we can integrate all other data sources. We can generate coupons with your e-commerce solution, and we want to see how it works everywhere. So we're going to show the view all preview. We even have a simple mock-up of Apple Watch, how it's going to look. And this really helps when we want to like min-max and get everything we can from our communication. This helps you make it very, very good looking.
Okay, so Jakub, we talked about channels, we talked about emails, social, mobile, and let's imagine we have all it configured. You mentioned before the journeys, customer journeys, and I am just wondering, imagine that our customer base has like, I don't know, 1 million of clients. It seems like very difficult task to manage it all. So can you quickly explain how right now, when we have all those channels, we have all those level of personalization, how to manage the whole database?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so basically Journey Builder is like is what Damian is referring to. Journey Builder is a tool for organizing and orchestrating all your marketing activities. This means that we can create a flowchart that follows the customer, and based on his decisions and based on his needs will cater the most engaging content for him. We have some sample journeys here. This is like the most basic what you can do. This journey welcomes new customers. It checks our database for all the customers that joined yesterday or today, and send them a welcome email that we were showing you guys earlier. You can see I'm clicking here into the flowchart icon of an email, and Salesforce automatically shows me which email is here. This is the one we're doing. We can preview it from here. We can change some delivery options and how it's going to be done from here, but we're not going to go through there. As you can see, there's a couple of entry sources. Entry sources are actions or databases that will trigger the start of the journey, which means that they will tell Marketing Cloud that this is a customer that, based on the filtering and the logic that you guys put into Marketing Cloud, is qualified for this journey. Let's show you something more advanced. This is the bonus journey we're doing with the notification. Basically, we could show them that, guys, we need to communicate to all of our users. Some of our users, for example, won't be using an email, so we can schedule them a push notification based on a decision split, which is a logic check from Marketing Cloud. Has this customer got his email address not empty inside our database? Yeah, and based on this, we can see that the path splits into two. We have an email notification and no email notification, and then based on that, we can schedule an update of his data, so the customer can go inside a tool and say, I want to give you guys my email. But this is like a quick overhead view of how Journey Builder is done, but we're going to show you and create a journey from scratch. I think it's going to be much easier to follow. Yeah, so Damian, you can
the question commentary from our clients. The question from our clients that we very often have, is it like very difficult to configure the journey like this?
No. Well, we're gonna, for example, like the most requested always kind of remarketing and like trying to close the deal is an abandoned cart journey. So this will start with our e-commerce solution telling us, hey, there's a consumer that dropped a cart, and here are all the data I know about it. And based on it, the Marketing Cloud will take it and be like, okay, but we need to see how big the value of the cart was. So it either can be a big cart that we want to invest more resources and maybe more incentives, or a small cart and we're gonna not want to invest a lot of this because we want to have a good ROI on our marketing actions. So based on the value of the cart, we can configure two different emails with a totally personalized offer, one for the valued customer and the big card, and the other one for the small card. And this is basically the most simple version of an abandoned cart journey. But we're not gonna be giving up so easily. So we want to check if the customer opened the email we have. So using an engagement split, which basically checks if this email was opened or not, or the link inside the email was clicked or not, we can set it and configure it however we want. We can configure new marketing actions. So we're going to say if the low value card email was opened, this means that it converts, and we can call it a day. But if not, we want to push more. Maybe we're gonna add some more emails to this journey, but to use the power of flowchart and the power of Journey Builder, we want to schedule a contact for our sales team. So we're gonna know whether or not it was opened. We can schedule a contact to see if it's a good conversion or not. And if it's not gonna be going good, so the email wasn't open and the contact wasn't a successful one, we can also have a internal service case to see why this contact didn't convert. So you can see in like 5 minutes we went from the most basic version to a multi-layered journey that can be configured and set however you like. But I want to like use more channels. I want to show you that multi-channel can be good, but I'm not really sure, like, do emails perform better or mobile perform better? So we can even make A/B testing inside a live journey. So let's say after having the value of card set, we're gonna see whether an email or a push notification will perform better. So we're having a random split that will divide all the customers going through this path 50-50. You can always set how big the split will be, and to have everything working as intended apart from only that part, we're going to join the journey back here. So as we can see, we have only the marketing action split, then everything goes the same. Yeah, and I think that the basis of modern marketing is iterating and an agile approach to how we want to cater to our customers. So having a tool that is so powerful and can change everything in minutes is a very important thing.
Okay, Kuba, just to rephrase what you just said, because it's like very important to me. From what we recognize from our clients is that there is a total switch of the focus of the marketing department in each of the company. I mean, the focus is not on how to execute the campaigns, how not to lead the client, because it is already done. I think Jakub, it was not even 5 minutes. I think it was even 3 minutes with all your explanation. So we can see that in very short period of time, we are able to create the journey. And what is the most important thing, what we would like the marketing specialist to focus on is how to optimize the journey in order to get the best result. Jakub just presented, you presented abandoned cart, which is probably one of the basic journeys and very important one. but we can think of many others. So if you can give like the big bird eye view on the whole tree that you just created, and we can imagine we have like 5 or 10 journeys like that, and then we can imagine that we have 1 million of clients going through all those journeys, and the whole ecosystem starts to live, and we are able from one single place to manage everything correctly. The one thing I wanted to ask, because nowadays we get a lot of questions from our clients about artificial intelligence and how it can support marketers with all those activities, and how to get even better results nowadays with such a tools. It's seems like easier job to do, but we get additional help from artificial intelligence, and we know that Salesforce is this artificial intelligence. It's something that is really in its DNA. So can you elaborate a little bit on how it is used within all those marketing tools?
Yes, sure. So as we were saying throughout the whole webinar, the customer data is in the very center and the very core of Salesforce, which means that the biggest power that Salesforce have is giving you and enabling you to leverage all that power inside all the omni-channel actions you want to see. One of the AI machine learning solutions that Damian was talking about is Einstein. Einstein is a Salesforce AI that starts learning all your about all your actions and all your users since you install Marketing Cloud. It needs like 2-3 months to get enough data to start predicting, and we're going to show you like on this demo instance how Einstein can help you, give you actionable insights, and how can give you the best practices that the digital marketers should use. So this is engagement scoring, which means that Einstein uses over like 100, if I remember correctly, data points about every user there is. So every single person that will get an email from you has a profile in Einstein, and Einstein starts to build and starts to predict, if he's confident enough, the actions of the users. So based on open rate, click rate, web conversion, and subscriber retention, Einstein gave us like a very basic segmentation. So if you're having a big database and you don't know how to do it, Salesforce gives you this just out of the box in Einstein. So we can see it changed. I mean, it's segmented all our database into less likely and more likely, least likely, more likely, and here's open, click rate, and open rate. So basically, we have here is are the customers that don't open our emails, don't click it. This is the base that we need to try to re-engage, to warm up our cold leads. We have window shoppers who are open but don't click. We have loyalists who are engaging with our communication. This is the most valued segment, because these people are interested and they are clicking and interacting with you. And we have like a 50-50 selective subscribers, but this is like the most basic view there is. My most my favorite one is the send time optimization module from Einstein. And if we're analyzing every single customer to personalize the communication stuff even more, we can see that Einstein tells you when, what time of day, and what day of the week is the best moment for a customer to get the message. As Damian said, there's a lot of communication going in those turbulent times, and as you can see, when the customer is opening the email, being at the top gives you the very best chance of being opened. But other than going through all the insights we have, I'm going to show you Datorama, which is our like
Jakub, just one
just-
thing from my side, because I can see that time is almost up, and we have a couple of questions. So I think
Okay.
that Datorama is extremely nice thing to watch, but I think we could do it at a time. We promise to do more webinars, and if this is okay with you, we would like to answer a couple of questions that we got from our attendees.
Sure, I'm very sorry. I'm just very eager to show you all the stuff that Salesforce can give you. So I think I can stop sharing the screen.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get back to our pretty faces.
Yes, perfect. So let me start with the first question from Maria. Maria, thank you for the question. And the question is, you said about push notifications from the e-commerce. Is the e-commerce the part of the system, or I can use data from my existing e-commerce shop?
So of course you can use it from, I mean, not of course, we would have to talk and make sure, because I don't want to make any 100% statements in here, but Marketing Cloud can be integrated with most of the e-commerce solutions there are. As I showed you inside Journey Builder, we can have an API event, so it doesn't really matter whatever is on the other side, because we can configure the e-commerce solution to be compatible with Sales Cloud and send him API requests to trigger the journeys. And then on the level of the journey, we can configure all the mobile and marketing actions we want to take. Mm-hmm. Of course, Jakub, you know that Salesforce also has a Commerce Cloud, but I think that's a topic for another webinar.
Yes, good. Thank you for the answer. The other question from John, he asks about the sentiment. The sentiment, how is it measured? Is it positive? Like how it's measured is positive or negative? Is there any artificial intelligence behind?
I wouldn't really use the artificial intelligence buzzword so easily, like it's used nowadays. Sentiment scoring is basically an industry-wide practice where the social listening solution takes the keywords that are inside the post or tweet and then checks them for a known list of keywords that are sentimented towards good or bad.
Okay, we hope it answers John's question. Another question this time from Christian. And he says, features look very impressive, but it looks too much for my business. Do I have to have it all?
Yeah, maybe I will take this one. We have a different type of clients from different industries, and obviously that companies have different sizes, and we do understand that. And Salesforce is, I would say, have a couple of tools inside its ecosystem. There are tools dedicated for B2B and B2C businesses. So if you are a company that is not having like 1 million of clients and do not have to manage it all via all the tools that Jakub just presented, that's still fine. There is a special tool that maybe we'll do another webinar about it. We have a tool called Pardot, which is dedicated for B2B businesses. And it's a simplified version of how to manage the clients from the B2B businesses, but basically using the same mechanism as Jakub just presented.
Yeah, I'm also I understand why this can be a lot and a little bit too much. Like the main view of Marketing Cloud is a little bit scary, but as Damian said, like Salesforce everywhere in Marketing Cloud or Sales Cloud or all the other clouds, like the most important thing is catering and customizing the experience for your organization. So either by permission groups or user settings, we can customize every single view so it has only the stuff that's needed for the person that's doing the task. So for example, your social media person can only have access to Social Studio, so it doesn't see all the other stuff. Your email people can only see the email stuff, not the social stuff, and so on and so on.
Yeah, I would add maybe one thing. It's very common actually among our customers to start small. So very often, I mean, it's too difficult, especially nowadays, to go with everything at once. Let's just start with something small and then continue with developing the tool. Guys, I'm very sorry we are not able to answer the rest of the questions. We promised to get back to you after the webinar, but it's 10 and we don't want to stop you. Thank you very much for joining us. It was a great pleasure to host this webinar. And we hope to see you again because we have more to come. And let's be in touch. Stay safe and thank you very much for today.
Bye bye, guys.
Thank you, everybody. Bye.